Welcome back, Heritage Badgers. We are looking forward to a great year. I can't wait to see all of you guys next week, whether it's remote or in person. We are so excited to see all of you again and get back to learning. So because we will not be doing our back to school night in person, we are going to do a virtual one, and I'm going to share some information with you this way. So I have my presentation for you. The first thing I wanted to tell you and remind you is that our theme for the year is Lights, Camera, Learn. So this is a red carpet theme that we are going to be implementing and incorporating throughout our school year. It's a red carpet theme for a red carpet year. It's going to be a great year, and we are going to be able to conquer all the things that are coming our way. So I wanted to share a video with you for those of you who have not been able to come into the building or are new to our school. I did want to share this virtual tour with you. So this is the front of our building. We call this our main entrance right here. And this right over here is our top loop. So our top loop is where our second and our through fifth grade students will be dropped off and picked up. This will not change. This will be what it is every day. This little dot right here, right over here in the corner, that is our cafeteria door. That is where our All-Stars students are going to be going in and out for All-Stars every day. This is our main entryway, and this door right here is our bus loop entrance. So on the other side of those doors is the bus loop where our students who ride the bus are dropped off. You guys will come in through these doors right here, and then you'll go right out through the main entrance. This year we will have Mrs. Gemberline greeting you. She is our new school counselor. You guys are going to love her. This is the office area. So right over here is where Mrs. Jorgensen sits and greets everyone. She's fantastic. This is my office right here. Way over there is the teacher's lounge, and right here is the health office. So anytime you aren't feeling very well, if you're in need of a Band-Aid, you need an ice pack, that would be where you would go. And then right here is our conference room. So this is where we will be holding some meetings. We will not be having a lot of visitors in this year, so those meetings will be limited. This is our kindergarten and first grade hallway. We do have one second grade classroom in this hallway as well. If you notice right here, these pillars are orange. This tells you that it's K1 primarily. Each of the hallways are different colors. Right here are the bathrooms, the boys and the girls bathrooms. We will not be able to use drinking fountains this year, so it will be really important for you to have a water bottle or bring a water bottle to school, and then teachers will help you fill those. This is our gym. Mr. Miller is our gym teacher. He does a great job. This is the far side of the gym. This is going to be new this year too. We are actually going to have some students for lunch eat in the cafeteria and some students eat in the gym. So we are doing this just so that we can make sure we are practicing our social distancing. We want to make sure that when our students are eating and their masks are off, that they are 6 feet apart. So some of our students will be eating in the cafeteria, some students will be eating in the gym, and some students will be eating in their classrooms. And your teachers will let you know about that. This is our library. This is Mrs. Redlinger's home. She also does a fantastic job. There's lots of books that we are hoping that you are going to be able to access this year. So we'll be working with her to find out ways to make sure that you can access books. This year we are going to be adding a piece where families will be able to access books online. So that will also help with our social distancing expectations where we can't share certain materials for certain amounts of time. But this is what the library looks like. We're going to set this up so that we can have our students socially distance as much as possible, and then you can continue to come into the library. This is our playground. This area right here is the blacktop area. There are 2 basketball hoops on that. And then this is the playground that we currently have right now at Heritage. It's absolutely wonderful. There's lots of fun things on there. And then we do have our football field right over here. This year for recess, it's going to look a little bit different. Each grade level is going to have an assigned area that they are playing in, and those may rotate. We're hoping that those can rotate throughout the year, and then we will be making sure that we're being socially distanced, that we have a safe area that we're playing in, and that we're being supervised. And this right here is our baseball field right there. This is our second and third grade hallway. If you see right here, these are purple. That's for second and third grade. This is just one of the hallways that you'll see for second and third. It does wrap around this corner down there and come back up on the other side. And here's that corner I was just referring to. So we were just right there, and now we're at the end of that hallway. This is the second and third grade bathrooms. And then we have third grade classes right through here and then all the way up that hallway. And this is this is actually a third grade hallway. There are 2 third grade classrooms right down here. This blue right here is our 4th and 5th grade hallway. And if we continue down that hallway, then you'll see the 4th, 5th grade classrooms. Their door leads right out to the blacktop. This is the outside of our bus loop. So this is, if you're riding the bus, this is where you are going to be dropped off in the morning, and this is where you'll go to get on your bus to go home in the afternoon. And this is our stage area. This canvas wall can move and it can become a stage for concerts and things like that. This year, the space is going to be a little bit different. It is actually going to be our music room. We are going to add a wall right up here to close this space off so that it's an enclosed space for Mrs. Hillman to use for music class. And this is our computer lab. This is also a change for this year. This room is being transitioned into our intervention room. So students who receive reading and math intervention services or ELL services will come into this space, and all of our teachers will be located here. Then we also, because we aren't having the computer lab, all of our students, I bet you're wondering, well, what about computers? How are we going to use computers? All of our classrooms, K-12 throughout the district, will have their own Chromebook assigned one-to-one. So each student in each classroom will have a Chromebook that they will be assigned, and it'll have a number on it, and that will be the one that they use in their classroom. They will use it in library media, and that will just help with that sanitation piece and that social distancing piece. This is our former music room. It's going to look a little different this year. We did grow, so we did add a section to our school, and this is now going to be a 4th grade classroom. This is where Mr. Goldsmith will be. And this is just another view of the playground facing the other way. This is the soccer field right over here, and then right here is the baseball field. And then this is just that rounded corner going back up to the other side of 3rd grade. And then also we have our special education services that are located. This is just one of those rooms. There are multiple rooms that we use for special education services. So that is our tour. Okay, so I want to move into what our goals and our expectations are for this year. I'm going to make this screen a little bit bigger for you. There you go. Okay, so our goals for the school year, we want to continue to always provide a safe environment for all of our students and staff. This year, we are certainly taking extra precautions with the virus. We want to make sure that we're using proper health and sanitation measures just to make sure everybody's safe. We want to continue to provide a quality education for all our students. So whether you're remote or whether you're in person, we want that to be consistent, and we want that to be a quality education for everyone. And then we would like to keep students in school as much as possible. So in order to do that, it's really important that we are able to follow these precautions and procedures that have changed so that we can practice social distancing and proper health measures. Okay, so daily health precautions. So these are things that we are going to do every day here at Heritage. And, because we We want you all to be safe. We want to make sure that, if you're not feeling very well at home, that mom and dad are taking your temperature. If you have a cough, we understand there's allergies and things like that, so that's a little bit different. But if you have a fever or a cough, we do want you to stay home. We want you to be healthy when you're here at school. So if you're sick, please stay home. Masks are going to be required, so all students and staff will wear a mask, and then mask breaks will be provided in the classrooms. So, and then social distancing and hand washing signage will be posted throughout the school. So there will be signs in the hallways and in the classrooms that will serve as visual reminders for students and staff to wash their hands regularly, to practice the social distancing. We are going to have other spots on the floor to help students identify where to stand when they're moving in the hallways. We just want to make sure that everyone is as safe as possible. We are also going to limit large group capacities. So, for example, when we talked a little bit about lunch is going to look a little bit different because we are only going to have a couple of classes in the lunchroom and the gym at one time. So those capacity spaces have been limited so that we are making sure that we're practicing that social distancing. We are going to do routine hand washing and sanitizing, and then we will have some enhanced cleaning. So, for example, we will have a new janitorial staff on duty with us this year, and that person will be doing spot cleaning throughout the day as well as cleaning high traffic areas. So, it would be the cafeteria, the gym, the bathrooms, equipment that we may be using that we need to sanitize between classes or at the end of the day. So, that will be a great help for all of us. We are going to minimize student movement. So some specials you will have for us at Heritage. We will have art. We will continue to have art in the classroom as well as Spanish and guidance. We will music may be in the classroom and it might be outside. Same thing for PE. So there are going to be some changes with that. If you are a fourth and fifth grade student and your teachers, you might have one teacher for science and one teacher for social studies. Maybe you're used to moving from class to class. That will not be happening this year when you come back. So when you come back this year, you will still have those different teachers to teach you, but the teachers will be moving from class to class and you will stay in your homeroom classroom. So that's going to look a little bit different. And then, of course, we are going to limit our outside visitors. So we are saying that parents will not be able to come in. We will not be able to allow parents to come in for volunteering, for lunch with students. Currently, those things are, we just can't accommodate those right now. I know that staff would love to have you come in and volunteer. We really appreciate that. But at this time, we have to limit all of our visitors. Okay, so here is the mask. So I put a picture of myself wearing my mask. It's a great little mask made from a former student. I absolutely love it. And I just want to talk to you a little bit about what that looks like on you and then how you can improve your mask stamina, which if you're not sure what that means, stamina just means that you can do something for a long time. So the first thing we want to make sure is that our mask is covering our nose. You can see that in my picture. And then I'm going to kind of show you here. So I'm going to put my mask on like this, and then I'm going to wrap it behind my ears. And then my glasses fog up, so I'm going to kind of pull my glasses over the top of my mask so they don't fog up when I'm talking. It's super important to find a mask that really works for you, that's very comfortable for you. So this mask I really like. It's one of my favorite ones. And then I also really like this one. They're both a little bit different. This is a mask. This is another cloth mask that I have. I really like this one because it bends around my nose and it comes all the way down around my chin. So it doesn't slide as much when I'm talking to people. And it's pretty light. So when I'm talking, it doesn't, go in or out or make it hard for me to breathe. So I really like this one. I wear this one a lot when I'm going out. And then I wear my principal one a lot when I'm here at school. So I have a couple masks that I really like. I do have a Cubs one that I'm probably going to pull out and sport for you guys. If you don't know that I like the Chicago Cubs, I love them. Favorite team ever. I'm also a Hawkeyes fan. So best teams in the world. I can do Nebraska too. I will do that too. But if you have favorite teams, favorite things you like, those sorts of things, find a mask that really represents you, that's comfortable for you, because we want you to be very comfortable at school. So this is just kind of like an extension of what we're adding. So I wear my glasses to help me see, but now part of that everyday piece is going to be wearing my mask every day, especially here at school. So just make sure that you find something that fits well for you, that you enjoy wearing, that you're going to feel comfortable leaving on. So let's go back to improving mask stamina. So sometimes we wear masks for a pretty short time, and then sometimes we have to wear them for a longer time. When we go to the store, we might wear a mask for about 15 minutes, and that's not very long. And so when we're here at school, we're going to be wearing those maybe for 45 minutes at a time. And so that's a little bit longer. So moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas, if you guys can help our students, our little friends, just practice wearing their masks. And a good time to do that might be when you are watching a movie, or maybe when you're playing video games, or maybe when you're reading a book. Just some different opportunities for you to practice and wear those. Also, too, the district will also provide masks, and those will be distributed to students on the first day, we are hoping, and we will have some available if students do not have masks. So just make sure that you're practicing, that you are comfortable with what you're wearing, that it's not pulling on your ears too hard, that it stays up when you're talking. We want to make sure we're not touching the outside of our mask and pulling it down, and I do that too. It's just I have to tell myself not to do that. But we just want to make sure that we're doing it correctly so that we're keeping ourselves safe, but also we're keeping other people safe. So just I look forward to seeing what you come to school with. Oh, all right. So social distancing. We are going to be doing this throughout the building. Our goal, well, of course, we are hoping to have all of our students 6 feet apart whenever possible. In the classroom with our desks, this is not going to be 100% possible. With when students are wearing masks, they may be 3 to 4 feet apart, and when they do not have masks, we want them a minimum of 6 feet apart. So, for example, when students are waiting outside in the morning, we do want students to be wearing their masks. We are hoping to get some stars for our red carpet theme onto the concrete so that they have spaces that are identified for them to stand with their classes. And then also, too, to show paths to help them get from where they were dropped off um, to where their classroom doors are going to be. Same thing in the building. We will have sit spots on the floor and in the classroom to help students guide them lining up. And then our expectation too is to have some things in the hallway to help students just give them an idea so they don't have to guess how far 3 feet is or what 6 feet looks like. Students will use individual desks. These will be in all classrooms this year. So if you'd had a teacher last year, perhaps maybe kindergarten or first grade, where you were using tables instead of desks, all of our classrooms will have desks this year. So this will help us to keep that space for just those particular students. It will help us to practice our social distancing. We are not going to be sharing supplies. So for example, if I have my pencil box and those sorts of things. All of those should be supplies that I'm going to be using just myself. Last week in my email, I did send you a picture or a list of things that you could put in your pencil box for your students with your students before you send them to school on Wednesday. That would help a lot for teachers. If you did get supplies here at school and you ordered them through PTO, those will be in the classrooms, and then teachers will go ahead and work with students to get their stuff organized and put in place. And I just also added these little pictures onto here. We, as teachers, and as a heritage family, because we are a family, this is our community, we really do like to greet each other. We like to hug each other. We like to high five each other. We like to come up with special handshakes, those sorts of things. And unfortunately, we won't be able to do that this year. So those are just some ideas of things that we can do when we're greeting people, when we see them, just to know that we are thinking of them, that we care about them, that we love them, and that we're so glad we're here. So you might see Mrs. Nelson, and I might give you a wave and say, "Hey, how you doing?" I might give you some spirit fingers and do this. And that's just me saying, I'm so glad you're here. it's so good to see you again. And we care so much about you and we love you. And we're glad we're back at school with you. And then there's always the little air hug. We can always do that too. Okay, so questions sometimes come up with regarding hand washing. So we are going to be doing frequent hand washing and sanitizing. So before and after lunch, before and after recess, before and after bathroom breaks, anytime a student is entering and leaving a classroom, we are going to be doing some hand sanitizing or washing of hands with soap and water. All classrooms have a very big jug of hand sanitizer that has been given to them for their classroom use. We do have soap dispensers in all of the classrooms and sinks. If a classroom were to not have a sink, they for sure will have that hand sanitizer. So arrival and dismissal, I sent an email about this last week, and it was a pretty long email, so I hope that you were able to get through it. I apologize for that. Arrival is going to look the same on the first day of school as it is going to look until further notice. So the expectation would be at this time that this will be our arrival and dismissal till the end of the year. So arrival for kindergarten and first grade students, you are going to be dropped off in the lower loop. Anyone who is a carpooler or a sibling with those students will also be dropped off in the lower loop with them. And then at that point in time, you will be directed by staff members or assisted by staff members to move to your grade level door. 2 and 5 will be dropped off in the top loop. That's the door that on our tour is closest to the main entrance. And then staff will be on duty at 7:50. Students may enter the building at 8 a.m. I am asking parents, please do not arrive or drop off your students before 8 a.m. if possible. It just makes it so that students can just move into the classrooms immediately at their arrival time. There may be lines, and it might look a little bit different because not only is this new for our new families, but it's also new for returning families, is the way this arrival procedure is going to look. So please be patient. I know it's always a rush in the morning, but just please understand that we are doing the best that we can. We want to make sure all of our kids are safe. So it's super important that that you are not pulling out of the line and jumping in front of someone. Just be respectful as you're coming in through the line. Or pulling ahead of someone so that you can get into that K1 loop and pulling into oncoming traffic. That is extremely dangerous. And we do not want anyone getting hurt when they're arriving or dropping off or picking up students. For dismissal time, it will look very much the same. K1 will be picked up in the lower loop, and then 2-5 will be picked up in the top loop. Again, siblings and carpool riders of K1 students will be picked up and dropped off in that lower loop right there. Okay, so I touched just a little bit on this. This is safety first. These are our Heritage Badger expectations. We really, really need to make sure that we are being safe so that our students, staff, and families can be, no one gets hurt at drop off and dismissal or in our hallways. So with parents, this is what I am asking from you, that you are driving slowly and safely in the parking lot. Please do not pull out in front of other cars. It's extremely dangerous. Stay in your car at drop off and pickup times. So we have had some questions about the first day of school with the school supplies that students are bringing. If parents can get out of their cars and walk their students to the classroom, no, you cannot. We need to make sure that our building is safe and that it remains static for our students and staff. Staff will be out that first day of school and into that first week so that we are helping our students bring their things in and that they are headed to the right doors to go into the building. So they will have assistance when you are dropping them off. So please do not get out of your car to help or congregate outside that main entrance at either pickup or drop off time. You will be asked to go back to your car. And that truly is just for safety purposes. We want to make sure that everyone is staying safe and that we're practicing the social distancing and keeping our building as static as possible. Students, it is super important too that you are standing still and silent on your mark. So if you are out on the playground and you're lining up and you're standing on a star, we ask that you are just standing there waiting patiently for your teacher to give you that next direction. The same thing would be true in morning drop-off. If you are here a little bit early, you are going to be asked to stand on a start and then move directly into the classroom when a staff member directs you. I also, students, am expecting you to walk slowly and quietly in our hallways. Very important that you are following directions and that you are not running through the hallways. You are fantastic Heritage Badgers. You know the rules and expectations. I know I don't even really need to go over these with you, but I just want to make sure that you know when you come in, these are the behaviors that we're going to be looking for. And finally, we do want all of our students to be following all teacher directions. It might not be your teacher that gives you a direction, and we still expect you to follow that direction and do what that teacher has asked you to do. We just need to be respectful and follow those directions. So this is the first time we are doing this. We are hoping that this is the best method. We always want to start out as strong as we can. However, we do know that we are trying something new and it might not work. There might be some things that we have to change. We will make changes and adjustments as needed. But I just am asking for all your patience as we do this. We want things to be as smoothly, as safe as possible for everyone. And it's super important that we have all of our parents and students practicing all of our Badger expectations so that it is safe for everyone. And finally, this is our new B. We're looking forward to seeing you next week. I am going to go ahead and resend this out to you again next Tuesday. Along with what I'm sending you will also be a staff welcome back video. So we are very excited to put that together for you. We can't wait to see you all. And I hope you are enjoying the last days of your summer. And we will see you next Wednesday. Take care, guys. See you soon. Bye. Oh, maybe. Still learning. Mrs. Nelson, still learning. All right. Bye. Have a great weekend.